Welcome to Speak Smart. In today's episode, we'll focus on English listening comprehension exercises to help you improve your listening skills.
That's right. Listening comprehension is essential if you want to understand English more easily.
Absolutely. So, let's start with some basic exercises to warm up.
First, I'll play a short audio clip. Listen carefully and try to pick up the main idea.
Great! Let's see if you can catch the main points. I'll pause the audio after a few seconds to give you time to think.
Okay, I'm starting the audio now. Listen carefully.
What did you understand from the audio? Can you summarize the main idea in one sentence?
I think the audio talks about the importance of practicing listening skills every day.
Exactly. Now, let's try a more challenging exercise. This time, I'll give you a few questions to answer after listening.
Sounds interesting. I'm ready. Let's go.
Here's the next audio clip. Pay close attention to the details, especially the numbers and dates mentioned.
Got it. I'll focus on the numbers and dates this time.
Great! Now, listen carefully, and I'll ask you some questions afterward.
Ready when you are.
Here we go. Listening closely now.
I'm listening.
What was the main point about the dates?
The speaker mentioned the date of the event, which will be held on June 10th, and also some important deadlines for preparation.
Well done. Now, let's move to a more advanced exercise.
Sounds challenging, but I'm up for it.
In this exercise, I'll play a long audio clip. After listening, try to write down as much information as you can remember.
Sounds tough, but it's a good way to test how much I can retain.
Exactly. The goal is to improve both listening and memory.
I'm ready. Play the audio when you're set.
Here we go. Listen carefully.
I'm focusing. Let's see how much I can remember.
Now, what can you recall from the audio? Try to write down all the key details.
I remember the speaker talked about upcoming events in the city and how to register for them.
Good job! Now, let's move on to a listening practice with more complex sentences.
I'm ready. Let's make it challenging.
This time, the audio will include technical language. It's important to focus on understanding the context and the terms used.
I'm familiar with some technical terms, but I'll pay extra attention to the context.
Great! Let's see how well you do.
I'm all ears.
Listen carefully to the next part. The vocabulary is quite advanced.
I'm concentrating. I'll try to understand as much as possible.
Can you explain the main idea of the audio in your own words?
Sure, the speaker described a new technology and how it's revolutionizing the healthcare industry.
Excellent! You're really improving your listening comprehension.
Thanks. I feel more confident with my listening skills now.
Keep practicing. The more you listen, the better you'll become.
I'll definitely keep practicing. Thanks for the great tips, Sophia.
You're welcome. Now, let's try a practice exercise with different accents.
That will be interesting. I've always wanted to improve my understanding of different accents.
Different accents can make listening harder, but with practice, you'll get used to it.
I agree. It's important to listen to various English accents to fully understand native speakers.
Let's start with an audio that features a British accent.
I'm excited. I've heard that British English can be tricky.
It can be, but with practice, you'll start understanding it more clearly.
Let's try it. I'm ready for the challenge.
Here comes the British accent. Listen carefully to the words they emphasize.
I'm listening closely. I'll pay attention to the words they stress.
Can you identify any words that were difficult to understand?
Yes, there were a few words that were hard to catch. The speaker said schedule and it sounded like schedule.
Good job! That's a typical example of how accents can affect pronunciation.
I see. The accents really change how the words sound.
Exactly! Now let's listen to an audio with an American accent.
Sure, I've heard that the American accent is more straightforward.
It's true, but still, there are regional variations in the American accent.
Interesting. I'll pay attention to those regional differences as well.
Here comes the American accent. Try to catch the differences compared to the British accent.
I'm focusing. Let's see how it sounds.
Did you notice any specific words or sounds that are pronounced differently?
Yes, in the American accent, schedule was pronounced more like schedule.
Exactly! That's a great example of how pronunciation can change across accents.
I'm starting to notice the patterns in pronunciation now.
Keep practicing. The more you expose yourself to different accents, the easier it will be to understand them.
Thanks for the great tips, Sophia. I'll keep working on my listening skills.
You're welcome. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to improving your listening comprehension.
I'll make sure to practice every day. Thanks again, Sophia, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks for practicing with me today, James. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. See you in the next episode.